Hello and welcome back to All Under Heaven. In the comments it was asked what our Black Death settings are. By that, when is the Black Death going to spawn? There are three options I think, well actually there are four options. There's dynamic, which is it can spawn based upon a number of factors. There's random, which means it randomly spawns at some point. Historic, which is default, which I think is what we're on, and I think you can also turn it off, which is the one I forgot about. But yeah, I think it's set to default. Most of our settings are set to default. The only ones that I remember are the Iberian struggle and the Iranian intermezzo are turned off, because I don't really like dealing with struggle mechanics when it's not the main focus of your campaign. Although, I gotta say it's mostly the Iberian struggle. The Iranian intermezzo, every single game seems to have disappeared by the time I enter the region. I'm assuming mostly because the Seljuks just, take over the region at the start of every single game. But I don't know. And then the other one is, I think I turned on I turned off Exclave Independence. Just to see whether it would make any major difference. Oh, and I turned off the end date as well. But yeah. Here are our settings, if anyone's interested. So Exclave Independence is, if there's a bit of land that's really disconnected, what this being on will do, which is on by default, is it'll mean that that land just quietly becomes independent of the main ruler. But this way, if you inherit land, it's stuck with you for, it just stays with the normal succession. Which is how it works for players. But it doesn't work that way for AI because it makes the borders look horrible sometimes. But I just wanted to see what it looked like if we turned it off. Not that it's going to affect us at all, because, I mean, the Song Dynasty's borders are probably going to stay much the same as they were at the start of the game at the end of our game. So, anyway. And then, yeah, here are the rest of the settings if anyone is interested in what any of these are set as. We have the Iberian struggle disabled and the Iranian intermezzo disabled, and then what rest of this is like mostly administrative realms and things which don't really matter. So there you go. Anyway, back to us. We are now a 5th ranked civilian career path person, and we are very, very far from actually getting land again. The reason? There are a lot of qualified people. I was looking at this here because I'm like, we're 26th in line. And we keep going up in rank, but we don't get any closer to land. Let me show you county tier. Here's us here, we're 20th in line. We have another 5th ranked person, and then a pile of 3rd ranked people. If we look here, 5th ranked, and then another pile of people. All of them the 3rd ranked people we looked at before. We go to kingdom, look at this, it's mostly the same people again. So basically what's happening here is there's a whole bunch of people who are qualified for titles and no titles available, which is, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're just going to continue getting our merit up, and then at some point we might be in line to a title if it becomes available. That's basically what we've got to hope on. Also, I was looking at integrity here. It says it's not active, right? Because your house is not a powerful family. But I'm sure when we did the inspection activity, we did get a temporary governor salary increase. Is this meaning that this bit at the top is active, even if the bits below aren't? I think that might be it. Like, this powerful family bit might be separate, or is the whole thing inactive and you just get a temporary governor salary increase anyway, and this is a bigger salary increase? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to have to see. One thing I think that would be interesting and would prove it is if we get the poet trait and we get some experience in it, we should be able to see our candidate score go up and down, which would determine whether this bit at the top is active all the time. But, we'll see. We'll see. We have to get the poet trait first for that. Also, somebody in the comments was saying that Paradox are going to change it so that you can do the children's examination later in life. I'm not sure how true that is. I haven't seen the source for it, but yeah, I'm sure they'll put our new patch at some point. I wouldn't expect one this week because they've got another pretty major release going on this week. I'm assuming they have all hands on deck for, but maybe next week. We'll see. Anyway, that's that. Also, I noticed this, which was kind of interesting to me. There's a separate way to turn notifications off for examinations in here, right? when you would think that the notifications for that should be held in activities, because there's already a way for that to work. But I guess not. I think for grand tournaments, there's one that tells you when people are holding them, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's only when maybe these are only for when you're hosting them, and there's not actually a way of doing it for other people's. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that they decided to put notifications in here though, and not just expand the activities notifications. It's an odd choice. Anyway, at least we know where they are if we care. But I'm not really that bothered one way or another. It doesn't seem to be too spammy. Right. Anyway, given that there's not a lot to do and we're not really earning any money, let's just see what our options are and then choose one. I think we're probably going to author a book. And I was thinking what we should do is we should do poetry. And the reason we should do poetry is because we can get poet trait experience and then we can immediately test that theory we have. So let's do it. Let's do some poetry. Yep. Few genres are as pure and dynamic as sea poetry. Which is a form of poetry which became increasingly popular during the Tang and Song dynasties. Poems are meant to be sung and adapt their themes to stanzas of varying length that fit the associated tune. As the sea poems themselves often borrow characters from older poems, their literal meaning may be obscure without sufficient training. Different stanzas can take on the task of portraying different themes or emotions, allowing all my favourite poets to express profound feelings in a concise and beautiful way. Now that the time has come to put my own words to a tune, I must carefully choose which tune to use. So I can use Paul Lumen Son, or I will consult my elder intendant Zhao Zheng Liang, and he picks a tune. Okay, but his opinion of me would go up because of this. I guess I'm just going to do this one, I think, probably, unless... Well, you know what, I'm kind of interested. Let's see what this is. I thought I was getting stress from one and not the other, but I'm getting the same stress either way, so... Let's see. Dreaming of the south side of the river. As I recite my newly composed poem to Jiao Sheng Liang, I cannot help but feel a certain pride in what I have accomplished. The theme, heroic historical events, is one that I feel has never quite been captured in this way before. Expectantly, I look over to Jiao Cheng Liang, waiting for his appraisal of my work. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it, he says. What has to be appreciation? Perhaps this newly created is not quite as brilliant as I'd hoped? I feel like I'm missing words, unless I'm going slightly crazy. I'm feeling like there should be a word in here. Perhaps this newly created poem, maybe? He says with what has to be appreciated. So this one's fine, but this one I feel like I'm missing a word. Okay, I'm going slightly crazy, but not completely. Anyway, I've learned much from this experience, dreaming of the south side of the river as a trinket. Okay. War's been declared in our liege. It's another peasants' revolt. Which is very, very strong. It's double the strength. Now, peasants' revolts aren't that strong because it's nearly all levies, and levies are garbage, but, you know, it's still 27,000 troops throughout the land. It's quite a lot. Okay, so did I get the poet trait there? No, because my poem wasn't good enough to get the poet trait. Okay, fair enough. So let's just see here. We could get rid of this. We can destroy it for 80 gold. Let's say sell it for 80 gold. That sounds better. Okay, cool. Can I upgrade this any further? Do I want to? Maybe. We could keep working on this, but we're currently not really earning enough money to support that. Maybe there's something we can do to get some more domicile income coming in, and then we can start focusing on things like that again. Maybe now we're not really caring too much about merit. We're so far up in merit that realistically it's going to take several leaps for us to actually be like first in line. So maybe what we should do is we should focus on money for a little bit. See if we can find something that gives us money. This one's 0.15 domicile income. Okay. It increases my governor salary, but yeah, I don't really have any. Although what's interesting is monthly merit per tax paid to liege, 0.2%. That seems like that could add up quite a lot if you go to the higher bit of it there. Yeah, you get quite a lot of extra merit there. Although I guess if it's amount of taxes paid to liege going into merit, you'll already be landed when you're doing that. So how useful is it? I don't know. Manor. So study room we could upgrade to make our tutor better. Also reduces the tutor salary cost. How much is the tutor costing us right now? Let me go to the right thing here. So he's costing us 0.37. And that does go up with each innovation level. Although we're already in high medieval, so how much more could it go up? But it would be interesting. Just take a quarter off of that. Okay. Okay, it's intriguing. It's not a ton of money, but it's money we're not paying this guy anymore, which would be good. And it means that we could have a tutor without feeling like we're putting all of our money into a tutor. Does it go up? You can go all the way up to 75% off. And children educated in your court may gain a rank 5 education trait. Ooh. By may gain, it doesn't mean... I think it doesn't mean like they may just randomly gain it. It means that if they get enough education points during their education, it's now possible to get a rank 5. That's the way I'm reading this. But, yeah. Anyway. So we could do that. That's realistically only saving us like 0.1. Which is not a lot. Alright. Although, when you're looking at it compared to this, which gets you 0.15, right? It's like... yeah, okay. It's kind of like not that far off. Right. Let's continue going down here. Yeah, there's not a lot of domicile income ones here. Oh, that's income and merit, which is kind of intriguing. Yeah. Okay. Just continuing to look for things that give us money. So none of them. Okay, the manor itself we cannot upgrade unless we have a lot more money. Yeah, that gets you the biggest increase, but you need a lot more money for it. And then storage barn, we already have the only upgrade we can get for that unless we upgrade the storage barn itself. Okay, let's grab that one that gives... well, let's grab the upgrade to this. Yeah, it also makes my tutor better, which means that our child is going to be educated better, which is valuable in of itself. Yeah, I think this is worth it. I think that's going to be worth it. We'll see how much we actually get off there. Fantastic. Speed 5? Oh, you know what I should do? I should meditate. Yeah. In the comfort of my own estate, as it's the only place I have available to meditate. Wonderful. Alright. Hey, got a tiny bit of mentorship there. Not as much merit as we used to get. I'm wondering whether that's something due to his stats maybe, or maybe it's the difference between our merit and his merit. Maybe something like that's going on, but anyway. Whatever. Carrying on. Oh, one thing I wanted to have a look at with the natural disasters, which I did have a look at in between episodes, so just wanted to talk about. Look how much cheaper that is now. That is definitely going down. I wonder if it's getting exponentially cheaper, because that seems to be going down quicker than it was. But yeah, this is now like getting to the point where people could actually afford to do it, right? Like, it's obviously it still would have been out of our range, but you know, it's getting to the point where you could actually see someone investing in it, while before it was just ridiculous. Oh, I've inherited something. The prefect of Jianchang. Okay, they're the prefecture of Jiangchan, which is a county tier province. Or thing. Title, that's the word I was looking for. With the passing of prefect Wu Weiji, who died of old age, it was announced that the governance of the Jiangchang prefecture now falls to me. Long nights of lobbying and favour chasing have at last paid off. I'm told my selection as the new prefect was all but a foregone conclusion. Having received my regalia and taken the oaths of office, I can at last move to my provincial seat in Nancheng and begin my tenure proper. Oh yeah, you know the bug that we've been having with people in different locations? The same comment that told me that they were going to do the children's education thing also said that apparently they're going to fix that. you know, I'll believe it when I see it, basically. But, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Well, seeing what I've got here, I think I might get the free inspection activity. I think that sounds good. But where is the land that we were given? Wait, it's not the same land that I just... wait a second. It's not the same land, is it? It is still kind of affected land, but it's not quite in the... Yeah, okay, it's just outside the land that we had before. For a second there, I was like, wait a second, did we just get the same bit of land back? But no, we're outside the river flood. Alright, let's do an inspection. Okay, so we get 3 bits of land this time. We get the temple holding, which I assume is about to be leased away. We get Nanfeng, and we get Jianchang. Okay. Well, although we're not really wanting to hold a county ideally, we're so far out of being in line for a kingdom or a duchy title, it kind of makes sense for us to just hold it and at the very least earn some money while we're doing it. And you see I can do things like request some extra treasury, which is probably worth doing. Yeah. And I can ask this guy to let me hold a local examination, in theory, if I wanted to as well. Right. Let's wait a couple of seconds. It should, I think, get rid of this one. There we go. Yeah, so it was saying I could give it away, but that's a lie. Because it'll just be automatically leased to my Yishang. Which makes perfect sense. Okay, who is then going to pay me some stuff? So he now paid... Wait, does he actually pay that to me, though? Does he pay me 0.3? He does. Okay. Wait, that's subject salary. So, no, I don't think that... Yeah, I think he must be paying that into... I assume that he's paying that to my liege, and that's not actually being paid to me. 0.3... Although that does say 0.3 here, but I think it's just a coincidence. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right. Let's leave it a second or two. Right. Why can I not... Oh, because I'm busy meditating. Okay. I was going to say, why can I not, go on activity? Yeah, doing that. We could become stressed again, though, and get this, and get some merit for it. Let's do it. I'll become stressed again. That's fine. Right, speed 5. And I'll use my confidant to drop our stress. Can I do the other one? No, because I'm currently meditating, I see. I have a new daughter called Gong. Alright, cool. This is one of my concubines' children. And there's a hoarding grain governance issue for us to look at. Oh, I just realized. So, okay, even though... This is why I got confused. It's not the same bit of land, but we are underneath the same liege. Ah, okay. Although, actually, no. We're underneath... Do you have a... I thought there was a duke who held some land here, but I guess not. So, yeah, we are underneath the same liege, and it is our elder here. Okay, cool. Okay. Right. Our wife is pregnant again. Okay. Hey, our meditation is done, and we have improved our skill in meditation. Wonderful. Now I assume that... Well... Oh, we just finished the classroom thing. We're not over here yet, but... So if I... Let me... So I'm assuming that this is my location currently, right? No, my location is over here. So is there any I guess the main reason to move your estate is you get the bonuses that your estate would give, right? So you would get, like, the development growth bonuses. But I guess there's no real reason to move your estate if you don't want to. You could just leave it sitting over here. Yeah. Yeah, unless it's somewhere that we're going to call home forever. We might as well just leave it there and now I don't have to pay the 50 to move it back and forward. Yeah. Alright, let's just do hoarding grain then. A local family of note has been hoarding grain and refuses to sell, driving up the price, while officials have been intimidated into submissive passivity. Yeah, okay, although apparently I'm still meditating. It would be nice if they ended the meditation event as part of the meditation event, opposed to it being like a month after. Anyway. It is an unfortunate but not uncommon practice for wealthy families to purchase grain well beyond their needs in times of abundance with an eye towards future profits. But I've received word that a family in Nanfeng have gone well beyond the norm. Seems they've accumulated so much grain that the price has risen to the point where the common people can now scarcely afford it. I will solve this problem. Okay, I do need a caravan master though. Sort by aptitude, go with my concubine who previously held the job. Right, and let's start traveling. Hoarding grain. Luxurious garniture of Nanjin's manor stands in stark contrast to the paltry hovels we passed on our way here. Our host has made no pretense of concealing or downplaying his acquisitions, in fact, almost reveling in them. Forgive my ignorance in affairs of state, but I fail to understand my lord's interest in this matter, he says insolently. This is simply a matter of legitimate business transactions, and surely my lord has more pressing issues to attend to. His last utterance has more statement than query. So I can say this may be illicit, but I'm sure something untoward can be found. Or, what if I offered to take the grain off your hands? Well, I think we're going to try this one. He rebuffed my attempt to intimidate him. Ah. Well, we're back, and we didn't manage to get the grain back either. But, there you go, we tried. I love how it's like, you can declare war on these people. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe. I've got my 300 levies. I'm ready for war. Okay. We have actually a reasonable amount of treasury. We should probably start doing some building. Maybe we could upgrade the stone quarries? Yeah, which will make building construction time quicker. And then at some point it will make building construction costs go down, but it's quite a long way in. But you know what, for now, let's upgrade it. Sure, we'll upgrade that one. Anything I want to upgrade in our city? Or buy in our city, I guess? Nope. Okay, cool. We should go on our inspection, because it's free. Yep. We will host it here. And we will go for the max one, because it's free. And then our goal is to go for Overseer in 10. Let's do it. We have a new liege. Intendant Li Gonglin has replaced Grand Marshal Zhao Chengliang as our liege. As your liege, as the next in line candidate. Okay. He's become your liege due to Grand Marshal Zhao Qinglang stepping down. Okay, I think we got 2 events there very quickly. Okay, this is fine. So, I have the same liege, I think. Wait, is that right? Yes, this is my same liege. Okay, so who was the other guy? So this is my so this is my elder who has stepped. No, I have a new liege. Okay, I do have a new liege. Sorry, I completely missed what that was trying to tell me, because we got the 2 events back to back. So yes, this guy's a new liege because this guy stepped down from his position, but he is still my elder. Okay, it's not like he died, he just decided to step down for some reason. Okay, fair enough. Right. Cool. But he's now Grand Marshal Zhao. Although he may have already been Grand Marshal Zhao, but I'm guessing that's a new position because he's changed his outfit. So maybe if you're Grand Marshal, you have to step down from your titles? Although, let's see. So, no, that's a family title. That's a family title. That's a family title. So maybe if you're in one of these 3 department head positions, you can't hold land. So maybe it's he got assigned this land, which then made him have to step down. Or he got, assigned this position, which meant he had to step down, which then meant that we have a new liege. Maybe that's what's happened there. Not entirely sure. Anyway, we'll try and pay attention next time it pops up and see if we can pick it up. Right. As I arrive in Jiangchang, I am brought to the study. A group of servants attend to all my needs and fuss around me for a while, until I ask them to leave. How am I meant to focus on my task at hand if they keep running around the room? With them out of the way, I can finally start working on my plans, which is to increase tax, I guess. Okay. So, getting a lot of different events here. Ruffians in Jiangchang. As I travel through the streets of Jiangchang, I suddenly find myself facing a woman being threatened by some sort of ruffian in the middle of the day. She screams for help as she looks at me and my guards. Some mercenaries in the city have been turning to banditry and crime to sustain themselves as of late, but I had no idea it had gotten this bad. Do I want to step in and help this poor woman? So, I can try and have the garrison run them out of the city, pay them money, intervene myself, or keep them away from me. Let's try and run them out of the city. It worked, and we got safe streets here. Wonderful. Okay. My level of fame has gone up to distinguished. That's nice. I can make a request of my... So this is a request of my elder. And I can ask him for gold. Well, always, yeah. Although I could ask him for an artifact and I could get the worn manuscripts. He would not accept that one, though. He would accept gold. Okay. Well, you know what? Give me some gold. I think gold is incredibly useful for us. And he's given me gold. Overseeing Jiangchang. After thoroughly scrutinizing all the documents I could find, I managed to wrestle out some extra budget I could reallocate to alleviate some of the local infrastructure issues troubling the county. Now I need to figure out which section of the bureaucracy is most in need of some extra aid. I don't really care about development, so I'm going to go for the tax loopholes. Because I care about development more if it's land that I'm going to keep long term, but if I'm not, then, you know, it doesn't matter too much. A misstep. An evening spent in discussion with local landholders. They have yet been able to find a compromise. Despite my best efforts, I feel my motivation for trying to hold things together here slowly fade away. Why can't they just get along for once? Wonderful. So, success chance has gone down. Yep. So we got some mentorship there. And it looked impossible at first, but I've somehow managed to find a way to start putting things right in Jiangchang. Fantastic. Ending some of the local corruption and bandits. Though it's only first step in the right direction, it's crucial for the county's future. Now we just need to ensure we stay on the right path for the foreseeable future. So, we get inspection-focused taxes. Great. So we get tax and holding taxes here, which is great. We get some treasury. Trait experience in the governor trait. We get merit. We get money, and we get greatly improved salary. And we get development growth will increase by 25. So to me, this looks like I'm getting this, right? That's what that looks like to me. So if we have a look here, we are getting gold and temporary governor salary increases for doing inspections. Which, yeah, that seems to line up 1-to-1. So, cool. I think we understood that correctly. Right, as planned. Right, that's that. Well, that went very well. We're now flush with cash, which is great. Let's maybe upgrade some things. So, I can't upgrade this, interestingly. Oh, you need to have a mansion building. Oh, so I couldn't have upgraded that even if I'd saved up the money previously. We are getting close to the point where we could afford one of these mansion increases. Maybe that is something that we want to consider. I mean, it's a pretty big upgrade. On the other hand, we could continue upgrading this and make our tutor cost less. Oh yeah, how much is our tutor costing now? Our tutor is costing... Oh, and it goes out of treasury now. But it's 0.09 less. Which is almost 0.1. Oh yeah, I forgot that goes out of treasury now. That's good. All of these are going out of treasury. Interesting. Should maybe consider some other positions now that it's going out of treasury. Okay. Well, we could try and get something that increases our domicile income as in just getting the domicile income part of it. up rather than trying to increase our domicile income by reducing the cost of other things. Because that will give us direct money now as well. I'm just seeing what my other options were. Like something like the block carving shed could be interesting for us. Only cost me 30. You know what? Let's just do one of these. That gets us merit and domicile income. I think that's going to be worth it. Right, in here, is there anything I want? What does a guru get you? So that's piety. Administrator makes everybody else better, right? Well, one of the positions here does. Yeah, organized court. Yeah, let's see what my best administrator is. Best administrator is Shou Zhong. It would be fine. Yeah, I'm going to appoint him because he only costs treasury. And then I'll have him organize the court, which increases the aptitude of all the other positions, which I think is probably worth doing. Anything else that we need here? Do I have a sagacious recluse? No. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're mostly fine with those ones. These cost me treasury now. Ooh. So I could try and make it so children at court have their skills increased. Teach the court, or get me some lifestyle experience. Let's make it so children at court are better. How is our son doing, by the way? Our son is doing fine. He's still in the other court, but he's doing fine. He's still got an educator? He does? Okay. And he's doing a learning education. I tend not to switch the educations, by the way. Just in case you're wondering why I'm not like, oh, why am I not switching him to stewardship or considering all the other ones? The reason I stopped doing that is because I started to notice I just chose like the same educations every single time. And, well, for some variety and some forced using of different mechanics, since then we've just decided to, you know, just go with whatever the game assigns, which is always good, right? The game always assigns you one of these two. So, yeah. For now it's learning, and learning is actually probably what we would go with anyway, because we know that it's very beneficial to have. So, that's fine. Also, I just noticed we have more treasury again. We could potentially spend some of that upgrading things. We could upgrade the guild halls, get more tax there, which would then in turn give us more treasury back in the end. We could go for hospices. Having something that reduces plagues near you is always good. Although they did make a change to plagues as part of the release of the patch for this DLC, which was, I think plagues are less common now, but are a little bit more impactful when they do appear. Which probably means that you don't necessarily need as much plague resistance, I would think, because you're not constantly getting spammed with plagues. But maybe not. Seeing what our other options are here. What does forestry go into? What's it get afterwards? Makes temple buildings cheaper, interestingly. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we need that, because we don't actually pay for temple buildings. What about a city increase? We need a little bit more money, but yeah, something like that's probably our best move. You get a lot more tax out of that. Or a castle increase as well. Can we actually increase this, or are we missing something? Yeah, we're missing hoardings. But yeah, we could save up for a city increase and get it to the next tier. Yeah, I think that seems fine. Okay, cool. Other things that we could do. We can join this examination, but we do have a free examination as well that we've asked for. So I guess we should just hold an examination here. Yeah, let's just hold an examination. That's fine. We'll get other people to come to us. We'll go for the best examination that we can go for because it's free. And our goal will be to scout talent, I guess. Yeah, seems perfectly fine. Let's start local examination and go speed 5. Wonderful. Okay. Cool. Everybody's arriving. We have another son. Oh. This son is going to be called... I don't know. Jing... Would that not be Jing Zhong? Something like that? Yeah. You know what? He's going to be called Anren. Sure. Let's go with that. Right. Assembly awaits. Wonderful. Most favorable candidate. I cannot help but wonder what manner of candidates might try their hands at the examination. So I think this is just the event that fires every single time you do one of these. Yeah. Okay. Let's say anybody who follows the Confucian Creed are worthy. Sure. Sounds fine to me. Lowered my stress a little bit. Also raised my devotion a little bit. Right. Somebody has brought us a sweet treat. I brought you this humble gift from my home province, Prefect. It says Chung Si, a promising entrant in the upcoming exam. Alright. I will enjoy this and lower my stress, because we actually do need to lower our stress quite significantly. It's been sitting pretty high. Rumor has it that the examiner, gentleman Wang Chu, is receiving benefits for furthering specific entrants. Indeed, his pouch appears stuffed to the brim with coin, and he mingles closer with the entrants than befits his station. No investigation is needed. This man besmirches my examination. So I can get him to pay recompense to the Empire. Put this disgraceful man in shackles, or the examination will proceed as usual. Oh, you know what? Let's just get him to pay recompense. Sure, that sounds fine. We need the money. Let's get something out of him. We're not going to keep him in our prison. Although I guess if we brought him into prison, if you ransom him, you could then get the money into your gold pile instead. Interesting. Anyway, the bell rings and we have started the examination. You now see people going up and down in the scoreboards. Hey, we finished our block carving shed. That's nice. Right. Releasing the roll. So, we gain some merit, we also gain some influence, and we gain some prestige, and the examination is over. Wonderful. Okay. I do get the feeling that eventually examinations, we're going to barely read the things, and we're just going to fire it, and then just go that one, that one, that one, that one, through all the events, but okay. For now, we're going to just pay attention in case there are events we haven't seen. Right. Anything else I want to do immediately? Probably not, but let's see if we can afford this yet. No, we need another 156. 57. Right. Could maybe think about something like a university visit. Although, how old are we? We're 31. We could think about a university visit, actually. There is a university visit either side of us here. Although that one's a little bit more dangerous than the other one. But let me have a look at the other one here. Just as a thought. Let's say we went this way. We would have, like, I don't know, somebody on here to help us with hills. So we would pay for a mountaineer. Okay. We could go for the cheapest university trip that we could. That wouldn't actually be too bad. It would give us a chance of upgrading our education trait, which is not bad. Yeah, there might be new university things to do with merit. Okay. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, maybe get up to a level 4 education, if we're lucky. Yeah, okay. I think I can be sold on that. Let's do a university visit. Although this one's apparently much better. Ah, so this one's a university and a Confucian Education Center, but this one is a University Religious Center and Confucian Education Center one here. We'll go with just that. Right, we want to go for Mountaineer and Forest Guides, which is this one. Cool. We also get learning lifestyle experience when we get there. We should go to this place on the way there. Although I will go via that one. There we go. To get some extra learning lifestyle. On the way back, we should go to Gan to get our merit. Yeah, something like that seems pretty good. That seems reasonable. Let's go. Let's go and study hard. Wonderful. Right. The trodden path. The procession is ground to a halt a stone's throw away from Yi Huan. I look over to see my courtier Bian Zhen, dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around her. Bian Zhen looks up as I approach. Your Excellency, there is an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. She pauses. My great-grandfather did, and he never returned home. Alright, we'll delay our trip. I mean, it's not that big a deal, because we're not like trying to get somewhere on time. Go speed 5 on this trip as well. And then we can grab scholarly circles. So this gives us learning per level of devotion. So we're currently at 20. We're now at 23, because we're at the 3rd level of devotion. Nice. Okay. Pushes us up the candidate ranking slightly. We got some more merit there. And we got some more learning lifestyle experience there. And we've arrived here. And we're already halfway to the next perk, which is great. Right. Clear those out. And now we wait the 4 days for the event to begin. We have arrived at university. Alright, so we're here for 7 months. Right. Someone's hook on us expired. Cool. Yeah, I think we were right to choose a hook on that one, because that was one where it was like, what's he going to do to us? We're not even landed, I think, was my reasoning for giving him the hook. And the answer is absolutely nothing, because there's nothing he wanted from us. Yuan Li, one of the most respected teachers at Guiyang, is clearly a foreigner. His accent and mannerisms betray him as a Yao. While not strictly necessary for my studies, learning his mother tongue would foster a privileged relationship with Yuan Li, which is bound to be a good investment for the future. So I have a 78% chance of just learning his language, which is the Hmonic language. Or I can just not do that. But I gain stress for not doing it. And I've got potential stress for doing it if I fail. But potentially no stress, so yeah, I'll just succeed and learn his language. Fantastic. Easy enough. Is that my that is my wife trying to increase my candidate score. Oh, okay. Interesting. Although, is that what we actually want her to be doing? Oh, she's already on failed coffer. She just happened to do that anyway. Okay, cool. Hey, my university visit became more successful, it said there. Have a gander. Today, we are going to examine the anatomy of a falcon. An excited murmur spreads through the lecture hall, and as we all appreciate the hooded bird standing proudly on the teacher's gloved arm. Much can be learned by studying the body of animals, as the ancients taught us. Does anyone want to help me with the dissection demonstration? I guess we will, because we're diligent and it would stress us out not to. There we go, we're now at level 1. Okay, cool. This has a bug that we were dealing with at one point, which is that it sometimes shows you as being slightly below a rank, and you get the reward for that rank. I wonder if that bug still exists. I guess we'll find out if we don't get up to, you know, max rank. Anyway, schools of thought. The halls of the University of Guiyang often echoes with the debates of students and teachers, some of which escalates into notorious rivalries, like between Han Yang and Yu Li. When I find them today, they are, as usual, screaming at each other, trying to prove whose field of study is better equipped to discuss what geometric shape is more apt to represent the divine. Something less useful, however, Something less usual, however, is that they suddenly notice me approaching and ask me to take a position. Okay, so I can lose stress because I'm honest if I choose a position, or I can try and say that both have merit, which would lose me stress because I'm diligent if we succeed, or does it even matter? Ooh. I'm going to try this one, 70% chance that we get both have merit, and we'd get Yuan Li as a friend. I impressed my teachers. Fantastic. And I made a friend. Fantastic. And we're now at level 2, which is great. This seems to have been fixed, because I think this score is roughly where it should be. I think the bug beforehand is that this bar didn't actually represent what score you had. So it looked like you were below a rank, when actually, in reality, your score was high enough to have passed that rank. Anyway. The guest speaker. Students, we have an esteemed speaker joining us today, my teacher, Yuan Li, exclaims. Let us welcome Chang Renzi, the ultimate authority on Daoshu doctrine in Ciao. Greetings, Chang Renzi starts solemnly while winking. Today we will be exploring metaphysical conundrums and how it connects to the nature of heaven. The other students straighten their backs and procure their quills. This is going to take a while. So I can say that's heretical thought and try and kill him. Okay. Oh, sorry. No, I destroy him with facts and logic, and then there's a chance he just dies because of the facts and logic. I see. I can scribble notes, which would mean that I would only gain stress because I'm diligent. Yeah, I think when it says you only gain stresses, you would gain more stress, but because you're diligent, you technically gain slightly less. Because you see, this is because you are, well, this is only gain, right? I think that's the difference here. Or we could try this one. I'm going to scribble some notes. It will stress me out, but it'll become more successful. Alright. Right, that's all fine. Carrying on. Liege has entered a regency, just because he's travelling. It's not really a big deal. I've been appointed the intendant Li Gongling's court musician. Do I know how to play an instrument? It's not important. What is important is that I get paid a salary and get some extra prestige for this. That's cool. Okay. And I get less stress gain. More like everybody likes me, general opinion goes up, and monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience would go up if I happen to have that. Anyway, or if I was in the diplomacy lifestyle focus. Universities and centres of higher education are always bustling hives of socialisation. In these hallowed halls, the students are all peers, all apprentices along the road to knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of a community. These at least are my first thoughts when Shi Liang approaches me, the smell of rice wine on his breath. Join me and my friends, you, Xing Fang. Prove to us the might of a prefect by downing more cups than anyone else, and we will consider you one of us. And say maybe, okay, or no thanks. Well, there's a chance we can get slightly more successful and get university connections, but I'm going for the best university visit, so I'm going to say no here. Yeah, okay. So we are definitely at rank 3 here. And we've got a number of days till it ends here. That's fine. I'm going to try and stop it with like 5 days left or something. There we go. So we are expecting 2 perk points and a high chance to upgrade your education trait. We are not expecting 3 perk points. So let's just see what we got. Although we're not quite there yet because we get one last event, I think. Attention students, my teacher Han Zhang shouts. Prefect Cheng Yi in tow. Our benefactor, Prefect Cheng Yi, has deigned us a visit. He is the ruler of these lands. Be on your best behaviour. Ah, you're debasing the art of feasting. I'm quite fond of that subject myself. I hope your studies are going well, the prefect says while blushing. The prefect has the power to assign special privileges to students such as myself. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to speak up. So I can make a generous donation and become much more successful. Please accept this humble gift or you're most serene. I'll make a generous donation. Sure. So that leaves us at 95. So not quite enough. Okay, I lost Charismatic Negotiator because I gained Grey Eminence. That's great. Our diplomacy has gone up by 2. And we get diplomacy lifestyle perks. And we got a mental break, but I'll use my confidant to say, no I don't. I got 3! Look at this! I got 3 perks, it's still broken. Yeah, this is still bugged. So this says I should gain 3 perk points if I'm at tier 4, but I'm not at tier 4, I have 95 score. Yeah, so this is still bugged. Okay, cool. And you can see the issue here is that we should have got this one, right? We should have got 2 perk points instead of getting 3. Assuming, right? Because it's 3 diplomacy we just got. Yeah. So, weird. Anyway, can I go back to the... Oh, I guess I just clicked away the last university event? I didn't know you could click away the last university event. Hey, I got some merit and some trait experience for constructing something. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could click away the last university event without choosing an option, but I guess we did. Okay. Sentinel Hills. As the silhouette of Xiaozhou looms ahead, the rugged outlines of the hill forts command the landscape. A brutish-looking group of warriors approaches, their leader the coarsest of them all. Your Excellency nods. We are men from Huangdi Jiao Shu's garrison. For a small fee, we can protect you on your journey. What say you? I can try and recruit this person. He doesn't seem that good. I'm going to say no thank you. Yeah. Okay. Also, I'm going to go in here and choose some things here. Also, we didn't seem to get any new events or anything at university relating to Confucian education, which is interesting. You kind of think that you would, but anyway, guess not. Each living child gets you a skill point is kind of interesting. We have, like, 4 living children, so that's 4 skill points. Kind of interesting. Yeah, let's grab Bound by Blood and Sound Foundations. So, a bunch of our skills just went up. Did we get... I think we got 1 intrigue from that. Was our intrigue not 0 before? Yeah. Yeah, we got 1 intrigue from it. Alright. Interesting. Anyway, and we also got some diplomacy, I think. But, actually I can see just by hovering, can I? I didn't get any diplomacy from it. I got 1 marshal. I forgot you can get 0.5s now, which is weird. I got 1 stewardship, I got 1 intrigue, and I got, yes, I got... oh, I got 2 learning. It's at the top. Oh, I have 5 living children. Oh, I missed 1. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I hope that's not going to be brought up in that child's therapy sessions that we forgot that they existed. We could get confidants, which means friends would lower the stress gain that we're getting. I think I might just get thoughtful. Means if we send a gift to somebody, then we get more bonus from it. Although we never send gifts because we have no money. Maybe I'll just grab confidants. That seems fine. Right. That's fine. Let time advance. Right, so we'll go to speed 5 as well. Trailside Bond. Gong and Hong Qing are working, or Hong Qing I think it is, because I think that this is meant, a Q is meant to be a CH, I think was in the primer. Anyway, are working together to cross. And they get along well, and we say, fantastic, good job you. You got some extra merit for visiting this random place. And we've now arrived back home again. Wonderful. Now, we did get a friend. One thing I'm wondering is whether I can invite my friend to join me. I actually have multiple friends we can invite. Yeah, let's invite this friend. What about my other friend? Are we going to invite him to join us as well? Yeah, sure. Apparently he's already where we are. So, yeah, we might as well invite him to join our court properly. Nice. So now we have a couple more people in our court. Do we have anybody who can upgrade any of these positions? Because none of these are powerful vassals, so... If there's anyone better, like, say, my new friend from university, well, then we can put them in there. Suddenly, we have somebody who's much better at stewardship in there. I do have somebody better here. So, yeah, let's swap you in. And then let's put you onto that position. And then investigating sensor. And go 1 better here. Yeah, let's do that. Wonderful. So now we have a slightly better council. It doesn't really matter because my army supervisor is still not doing anything effectively because I don't want to put him in this position because he could cause negatives. Although now that I think about it, could he cause a negative because I have no champions? So I guess I might as well just... Well, he's going to do nothing. Either way. I guess there's a chance he could find a new commander for us if I put him on this one. And he can't do anything negative to commanders because we don't have any commanders. Yeah, so I guess this is fine. You're still absolutely fine, right? Raising prestige, because, yeah, we don't really have any direct vassals, so, yeah, this seems fine. You're increasing my domain taxes, which is okay. There's a chance you get extra taxes, which is probably our biggest benefit, because I get those directly. Could try and convert the culture of this land if I wanted to, but I don't really feel the great need to. And then you're disrupting the schemes, which is fine because yours is kind of, you're kind of doing your normal job. All of these are relevant. Okay. That's okay. Yep, this is all fine. Right. Cool. So pause for a little bit. Let some more time pass. New governance issue, a crumbling bridge. It's a level 3 one. Okay. One of the cornerstones of a prefect's responsibilities is the maintenance of essential infrastructure, which makes the news of a recent bridge collapse in Nanfeng all the more troubling. This could not only impact trade and traffic, but may also undermine confidence in my administration. Let's go. I don't need you, and I don't need you. Let's travel. Gazing down at the remains of the ruined bridge, the situation is grim. While labourers struggle to clear the wreckage, the throng of merchants and travellers continues to grow as more arrive unaware of this unexpected interruption in their travel plans. As goods spoil and tempers flare among the stranded, the consequences of this incident could be far-reaching if not handled deftly. So we can pay 15 gold and it gets a hastily rebuilt bridge. Establish a temporary ferry until the bridge is rebuilt. Okay. Which seems like just strictly better. I guess you get less holding taxes from it. Haste will only result in another accident. Build a strong replacement. Yeah. So, what's the difference between this and the ferry? The type of lifestyle experience you get? Yeah. And instead of getting danger down, you get popular opinion. I see. Or, this is an opportunity to convince stranded merchants to set up shop. Which is a role, but the role can potentially get you a lot of governor trait experience. And you can raise control here, and you can get settled merchant caravans. Okay. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose this. This one seems good. We get well-planned bridge, which is not a negative. Learning lifestyle experience, which is lifestyle we're in. And we get trait experience for the governor trait, which means we'll hit level 1 on the governor trait. Yeah, this seems perfect. Right, and now we're back. Okay. And we have another learning lifestyle perk, which we can grab learn the job with, which means that we get 20% of our counselor's primary skills added to our own. So 25, 9, 19, 1, 26. You're now at 27, 11, 22, 3, and 30, which is fantastic. And that's one of the big reasons to have good people on here, because now they're actually contributing to our stat line, which is great. Hey, we've got 3 intrigue. We're getting there. From being extreme negatives, we actually have some positive now in intrigue. Not that we really care that much, but it's kind of cool. And this now means that we're further up in the rankings for different positions. Although, you know, we're still pretty far away, you know. 3 candidates could be overcome by having a higher candidate score. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it said it like that. So I guess that... Wait, why can we why can we only overcome 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, because of the merit rank. Ah, okay. So yeah, because we're 5th merit, these are the only 3 we could get above. But realistically, if we actually want to be in line, we have to be above, or we have to be in the 3rd merit rank, which is going to take some time. Same here, and I'm assuming that it's the same 3 candidates, and then this one candidate we could go over, but we already have a county title, so we don't care as much. Okay, cool. We need to remember to send our child to this as well when he gets there, but yeah, obviously we have to wait till he's actually 6, although it still says is not at least 5, which it actually means is not at least 6 years old. That's what that should say. Anyway, that's all fine. Yeah, I think we're good. I think I'm going to end the episode there, actually. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.